ਸੋ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਿਆਰੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਸਾਰੇ ਰਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਫਤਿਹ ਬੁਲਾਓ ਜੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। So like always, we're going to close our eyes, we're going to think about God, we're going to think about Guru Granth Sahib Ji, and we're going to start off with some Mool Mantra. ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖੋ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤਿ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦਿ ਜਪੁ ਆਦਿ ਸਾਚੋ ਜੁਗਾਦਿ ਸਾਚੋ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸਾਚੋ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸਾਚੋ ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖੋ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤਿ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦਿ ਜਪੁ ਆਦਿ ਸਾਚੋ ਜੁਗਾਦਿ ਸਾਚੋ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸਾਚੋ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸਾਚੋ ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖੋ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤਿ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦਿ ਜਪੁ ਆਦਿ ਸਾਚੋ ਜੁਗਾਦਿ ਸਾਚੋ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸਾਚੋ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸਾਚੋ ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖੋ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤਿ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦਿ ਜਪੁ ਆਦਿ ਸਾਚੋ ਜੁਗਾਦਿ ਸਾਚੋ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸਾਚੋ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸਾਚੋ ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖੋ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤਿ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦਿ ਜਪੁ ਆਦਿ ਸਾਚੋ ਜੁਗਾਦਿ ਸਾਚੋ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸਾਚੋ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸਾਚੋ ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖੋ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤਿ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦਿ ਜਪੁ ਆਦਿ ਸਾਚੋ ਜੁਗਾਦਿ ਸਾਚੋ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸਾਚੋ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸਾਚੋ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ So Guru Pyaree Sangat Ji, like I promised, we're going to take a little bit of a break from the Bani that we're trying to learn this month, and we're going to take a quick look at one or two stories from the life of Bhagat Namdev Ji. And remember, today is a happy occasion, hopefully everyone knows what it is. And happy occasion. It's supposed to be a little bit of a funny story. Hopefully you guys find it funny. Yeah, and hopefully we all learned something from it as well, though. That's the important thing. But it's supposed to be a little bit of a funny story. But yeah, let's get started. So Tan Bhagat Namdev Ji. Remember, from a really, really, really young age, from a really small age, Bhagat Namdev Ji was doing a lot of Simran. And no one was forcing him. They had inside, they wanted to do Simran because they wanted to see God, right? They wanted to meet with God. So they would sit down Even if they were forced to go to school, they would just do Simran, and all the time they would try to do as much Simran, as much Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru jap as they could. And you want to know what happened? We heard last week how they were doing so much Simran and they had so much love for God that even through a rock, God came Himself and gave him his darshan. They gave him his vision. God came in front of Bhagat Namdev Ji. They showed themselves to Bhagat Namdev Ji, right? We heard that last week. And you want to know what happened? Over time, Bhakt Namdev Ji, everywhere he looked, he was like, you know what? This isn't my sister, this isn't my mom, this isn't my friend, this isn't the person that I hate. Everywhere they looked, they would just see God. They were like, this is God, this is God. God is in him, God is in her, God is everywhere. Everywhere they looked, they could just see God. You want to know why? It was because all the time they were just thinking about God. All the time they were doing Simran about God. And they would just sit down and remember God. That everywhere they looked, they could see God. And there's one story that it wasn't just like people that they could see God in. They could see God in all the animals as well. They were like, this cat is only alive because God is in that cat, right? This tree is only alive because God is in the tree. God's everywhere. And Bhakt Namdev Ji did so much Simran that they could see that. They could see Sab Gobind hai, Sab Gobind hai. Gobind bin nahi koi, that God's everywhere. Without God, there's nothing. And you want to know what happened? There's a really short story. Once, Bhakt Namdev Ji was sitting down to eat. And what do we do before we eat? We do a little bit of simran, right? We thank God for giving us the food. So what happened? Bhakt Namdev Ji sat down. They had their plate, they had their roti and dal in front of them, and they sat down. They sat down and they started doing simran and simran and simran. And you want to know what happened? They were doing Simran, and a dog came. A dog came, and he stole the food. It stole Pak Navdev roti and it ran away. It stole the roti and it ran away with just the roti. But you know what Pak Navdev did? He didn't get angry, he didn't get mad. You know what he said? He said, wait, wait, wait. You took the roti, but you forgot about the dal, you forgot about the butter, you forgot about everything else. How are you going to eat roti by itself? It's not going to taste good. They said, God, wait, 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 and they started running after the dog with a plate with a bowl of dal, with a koli of dal, and with butter on the other hand. They were like, wait, don't forget about this, don't forget about this, and they started running after the dog. So just like that, everywhere they looked, they could just see God. And you know what happened? People started to notice. They were like, Bhakt Namdev Ji, all the time, they're just doing Simran and Simran and Simran, and they're always happy. No matter what happens, they're always happy, and God always takes care of them, and they can see God wherever they look. Just imagine, we were take a look and we see, I don't like that guy, I don't like that person, that person's mean. But everywhere Bhakt Namdev Ji looked, he could just see God. He could just see God. Everywhere he's looking, he's seeing God. So every time he's doing anything, he's just getting more and more happy. And people are seeing that Bhakt Namdev Ji is doing Simran and he's getting happy and he's getting happy. And there's there's he has this peace inside that we want as well. So you know what happened? People started to come to Bhakt Namdev Ji. A lot of people started to come to Bhakt Namdev Ji to learn from Bhakt Namdev Ji. They wanted to do Simran with Bhakt Namdev Ji so that they could get the same thing. They wanted to learn how Bhakt Namdev Ji did Simran. They wanted to see how much time he spent doing Simran and how no matter what he was doing, whether he was making clothes, whether he was doing his homework or whatever it was, they were always doing Simran at the same time. And a lot of people started to come to visit Bhakt Namdev Ji to learn from them, right? So everyone was getting so happy. They were learning from Bhakt Namdev Ji, and everyone was getting so happy, and they were all getting closer and closer and closer to God as well. And everyone was happy. But you want to know what? There was a few people that were jealous. They started getting jealous that Bhakt Namdev Ji has so many people that come to learn from him. I was like, no one comes to learn from us, right? They started getting jealous. You want to know why people came to learn from Bhagat Namdev Ji? Because they spent all their time doing Simran. But these people, they just wanted people to come to them so that they could give them money. You know how sometimes you go to people, like you matha take when you see someone or you give someone money? Just like that, when people used to come, they used to give them money. So they're like, we want more people to come to us so we get more and more money, right? These guys were greedy. They wanted more money. They didn't want to teach people. They didn't want to make people closer to God. They just wanted money, right? And they were getting jealous that Bhakt Namdev Ji, they're doing Simran, and even though they're working and they're making clothes, and they're working and they're making clothes, still they get so many people that come to learn from them, right? So they started getting jealous and jealous and jealous. And you want to know what happened? Once, Bhakt Namdev Ji went into the forest to do his Simran, right? They went to the forest because it's quiet and there's no one that would disturb them. So they sat down and they started doing Vaheguru, 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 right? They sat down and started doing Simran. Just like always, they used to do this every day. But what happened? At their house, their mom and their wife and their dad and everybody in the house had to leave. They had to go to do something. So there was no one home. And you know what happened with these jealous people? They came and they broke down the house, right? So Pug Namdeevji's house, now it's like something like this. Now it's all broken. It's all broken. You can't live in a house like this, right? So it's all broken. And Bhagat Namdev Ji is just doing Simran, and they come back home, and the house is gone. The house is all broken, right? And Bhagat Namdev Ji, they don't get sad, they don't get angry. They were just like, oh well, God broke the house. God gave me the house first, and now God took it away. It's okay, right? I'm just gonna do Simran, and whatever God does is gonna be good for me, right? So Bhakt Namdev Ji didn't get sad, but what happened? The mom started come. She came to Bhakt Namdev Ji and she was like, Bhakt Namdev Ji, it's okay that we're gonna do Simran and everything, but she's like, it's gonna get cold soon. Winter's gonna come soon, right? And it's gonna rain and it's gonna be cold at nighttime. And she's like, we still need a house to live in, right? Otherwise, we're gonna get sick outside, right? It's gonna be raining and it's gonna be cold and we're gonna get sick. She was like, Bhakt Namdev Ji, take this money. This is all the money that we had left. Take this money and go hire someone that builds houses so that they can come and they can fix our house. Hire someone to make us a new house, right? So Bhakt Namdev Ji, they take the money and they're doing Simran and they're doing Simran and they're doing Simran, and a few days pass and they're just going like this. And what happens? One day they're walking, and what do they see? They see a bunch of poor people, a bunch of people that used to do a lot of Simran, but they didn't have anything to eat. And you know what Bhakt Namdev Ji said? They saw their money, they saw the money in their hands, and they saw these people that were hungry. And they were like, you want to know what? I still have food. Who cares if I don't have a house? I still have food to eat. These poor people, they don't even have any food to eat. I should bring them langar. So what does Bhakt Namdev Ji do? With all the money that the whole family had left, he makes a huge langar. He makes a huge langar and he feeds everyone that was hungry there. So all the time, remember, they could see God everywhere. They didn't just see like, you know what, this is a poor person. He's probably who knows why he's poor or anything. They didn't just walk away. They were like, God is hungry. God is in that person as well. Imagine if I was that person, I would want to eat, right? That's how Napak Namdev Ji is thinking. They were like, this is my God. This person is hungry. If I feed him, I'm feeding God, right? So that's why he used all his money to make langar for these people that were poor that used to do simran, but they didn't have food to eat, and that was just he gave them all food to eat. And he was like, you know what? Don't worry. How hard could it be to build a house? He was like, I'll do it. I'll build a house, right? He's never picked up a hammer before. He's never picked up an axe before. Never picked up a saw. But he's like, how hard could it be? I'll make the house. So what happens? He feeds everyone langar, and what does he do? He goes and he gets an axe. He gets, hopefully you guys know what an axe is. He gets like a really sharp thing that we use to cut down trees, right? He gets this sharp knife to cut down a tree with. And what does he do? He goes to the tree and he doesn't really know what he's doing, but he tries to hit the tree, he tries to hit the tree, he tries to hit the tree. It's kind of probably something like this because he doesn't really know what he's doing, right? He gets an axe and he's trying to break down the tree, and he's trying to break down the tree, and you know what happens? Some water falls on him, right? It was morning time when he was trying to do this. It was just morning. And what happens, there was some dew. I don't know if you guys know what dew is, uh, but it like trail. So it's like sometimes in the morning, the grass in the trees is a little bit wet. Just imagine like it had rained before, so the trees were a little bit wet. And when he hit the tree, when he went like this, some water splashed on him from above, from the leaves. The water came in and hit Bhagat Namdev Ji. And Bhagat Namdev Ji looks up and he sees water and he's like, it's not raining, but water just fell on me. And he didn't think that maybe it rained last night and the water was on the leaves and the water from the leaves is falling on me, right? He was like, it's not raining, but water's falling. He was like, you want to know why? Probably the tree's crying. He was like, the tree must be crying. He didn't think that it rained yesterday and there's water on the leaves. And when I shook the tree, the water fell on me, right? He was like, the tree is crying, the tree is crying. Do trees cry? No, trees don't cry. But he was like, there's no other explanation. He was like, the tree must be crying. So he's like, you don't want to know why? The tree is crying because I'm hitting it. So you know what he does? He was like, this axe, it probably hurts when you hit yourself with it. So what does he do? Bhagat Namdev Ji gets the axe and he was like, let me see how much it hurts. So he got the knife and he hit himself on his foot. He hit himself with a knife on his foot. And then you know what happened? This He started yelling in pain. He was like, this is really painful. It hurts when you hit yourself with a knife. So he started screaming and he was like, you know what? I don't need a house. I'm not going to cut down a tree. He threw down the axe. He threw down everything. And he was like, I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to do Simran. And that's it. I don't care about anything else. If this is how God wants me to live, I'm not going to cut down a tree. God is in this tree as well. I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to do my Simran. So Bhagat Namdev Ji sat down and with all their heart, with all their love, they started sitting down with their eyes closed and they started doing Simran. And they were like, you know what, God, no matter what you do to me, even if you put me in a castle, that's okay. And if you make me live on the streets, that's okay. God, he didn't care about anything. He was like, God, whatever you do, I don't care. I just want to be closer to you. Whatever you think is best for me, that's what's going to make me happy, right? So he sat down, Bhagavad Namdev sat down, and he just started doing Simran and Simran and Simran. And you want to know what? When someone does Simran of God and when someone loves God from inside, God takes care of them. We heard this so many times. God always takes care of his sevaks. God always takes care of his bhagats. अपने जन को सांस सांस समारे नानक ओए परमेश्वर के प्यारे. With each and every breath, God takes care of them. So God is now looking at this, right? He was like, what am I going to do now, right? He was like, fuck, Navdev Ji is not going to build a house. He spent all his money to feed langar to people that were doing my seminar as well. God's like, you want to know what? I'm going to have to build this house. So you know what happened? God came himself in the form of a builder. God came down to earth and God can do anything, right? So they made themselves look like a construction worker and they built a house. And they built such a beautiful house. And you know how fast they built it? They built it overnight. You know how long it takes most people to build a house? Months and months and months. But God can do anything. God built this house for Bhagat Namdev Ji just like that. Just overnight they built the house. And then God came as a doctor to Bhagat Namdev Ji and they put a bandage around their leg because their leg was bleeding. And they said, Bhagat Namdev Ji, go back home. I think you'll be surprised. Your house is built. So Bhagat Namdev Ji comes, he's like, the house is built. How could this be? I spent all my money feeding langar to people that were hungry, right? How did the house get built? So Bhagat Namdev Ji is like, this person's crazy. I don't know. He thank you for bandaging my leg, but you must be crazy. I don't know how my house would have got built. And Bhagat Namdev Ji walks back home, walks back home, walks back home. And you know what they see? They see that their house is made. And he's looking and he was like, "You, there's no other explanation." But Nandiji says, "God, you came and you built this house for me. Thank you so much." Right? And he sits down and what does he do? He starts doing more Simran. He starts doing more Simran, right? So just like that, Bhakt Nandiji spends his whole life doing more and more Simran, doing more and more Simran, and spending all his time and all his energy just remembering God. And because he's remembering God with all his heart, and he's spending, and he really actually wants to see God everywhere, God blesses him all the time with his darshan, and every time he needs anything, God takes care of them, right? So it was a little bit of a funny story. Hopefully, you guys found it funny where he hit himself with a knife to see if it would hurt. Well, obviously, it would hurt. And then he thought the trees were crying and everything. But yeah, so that was Bhagat Namdev Ji. So that was today's Sakhi. And you know what we learned from this Sakhi? We learned that everywhere we look, we should see God. If everywhere we look, we don't see, you know what, this is the person that I hate, or you know, this is my sister, or this is my mom. If you see, you know what, this is God's daughter, this is God's son, this is God's, you know, this is God's creation as well. And everywhere you look, you should just be nice to everyone. You should see God is there, and you should be nice to them, right? And when we start having that mindset, when we start see everywhere we look, we're like, you know what? This isn't just my friend. This is God. And if it's God, if it's Guru Nanak Dev Ji himself over there, you're not gonna swear at them. You're not gonna cheat, right? You're not gonna lie to them. You're gonna be nice to them, right? And when we're nice to everybody that we see, and we try to help everybody that we see, and we try to, every time we see someone, we say, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. We see that it's not just another Sikh, we see it's Guru Gobind Singh Ji in front of me, and we say, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Pretty soon, every time we look anywhere, we're actually going to see Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Guru Gobind Singh Ji is going to be like everywhere this person, everywhere you know this Singh is looking, he's saying it's me. He's saying it's Guru Gobind Singh Ji, and Guru Gobind Singh Ji is going to get happy, and they're actually going to come. And every time we look at anything, we're going to actually see Guru Gobind Singh Ji, right? So that's just like that. We should spend all our time, all our energy doing more and more Simran, doing more and more Simran, and treating everybody, treating everything just like it's God's creation, because it is God's creation. And when we start doing this, we're gonna see God, and God's gonna take care of us. Just like Bhakt Namdev Ji spent all his money. Imagine everything he had $0 left, nothing left for any food. He didn't worry, how am I going to eat tomorrow? He didn't worry, where am I going to live tomorrow? He spent all his money taking care of these poor people that didn't have food to eat, right? And because of that, God came himself and took care of Bhakt Namdev Ji, right? So we should spend more and more time, and no one should have to force us to do Simran, right? But we should spend more and more time with love in our heart that you want to know what? You gave Bhakt Namdev Ji your darshan as well. And God, I want to see your darshan as well. We should sit down with our eyes closed, and even if we just start off with a little time, right? We should let's all make a promise today that just 5 minutes before we go to sleep or when we wake up, 5 minutes, however much summer we do already, we're going to do 5 minutes more. Or if we're not doing any, we're going to do at least 5 minutes. And slowly, 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 we can increase it. But let's all make, me included, let's all make an effort to do 5 minutes more Simran every day. So however much we do, if we do 0 minutes, we should start doing five. And 5 minutes passes by no problem. And slowly, slowly, slowly we can increase it. But when we start doing this Simran, when we start sitting down and saying Vaheguru, 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 and we ask, Yeah, we do Simran with all our heart, and we want to see God everywhere that we look, and we treat everyone nicely, and we don't lie to anyone, and we don't cheat anyone, and we're nice to everybody, and we stop swearing and everything. For sure, Guru Nanak Dev Ji is going to come and give us his darshan as well. And everywhere we look, we'll see Guru Gobind Singh Ji. And nothing bad will happen because Guru Sahib Ji themselves will take care of us, just like they took care of Bhagat Namdev Ji. And there's so many more stories about Bhagat Namdev Ji when whole temples turned around for Bhagat Namdev Ji. There's still stuff that we can see today, but we don't have time to go through it now. Uh, we're just going to do job of this month's books to still try to memorize it. And next week, we're going to go back to stories that relate more to this, and we'll see more. I think it's probably going to be a story about by Pagiditsi, but I'm not 100% sure yet. But we'll see more stories about people that just have the desire to meet God and how spending more and more time with them, how learning from them, we can have that desire as well. ठीक है जी? So hopefully you guys found today's story a little bit funny. Then he was trying to hit himself with a knife to see if it would hurt. And he was like, the tree is crying, the tree is crying. It just rained, but he's like, the tree is crying. And he was chasing after, remember he was chasing after the dog saying, don't forget about the dog, don't forget about the dog. So that's Bhakt Namdev Ji. They were really nice. They were really nice and they were really innocent. And everywhere they looked, they could just see God. And now we're just going to do Jap the Tuks, and that'll be it for today's Sakhi. Kanki ekੈ daris toharo, Nanak on sange mohe udharo. ਕੱਕੇ ਕੰਨਾਂ ਉੱਤੇ ਬਿੰਦੀ ਕਾਂ, ਖੱਖੇ ਬਿਹਾਰੀ ਖੀ, ਕਾਂ ਖੀ, ਈੜੀ ਲਾਂ ਏ, ਕੱਕੇ ਦੁਲਾਂ ਕੈ, ਏ ਕੈ, ਦੱਦਾ ਮੁਕਤਾ ਦ, ਰਾਰਾ ਮੁਕਤਾ ਰ, ਸੱਸਾ ਮੁਕਤਾ ਸ, ਦਾਰਸ, ਤਤੀ ਔਂਕੜ ਤੋ, ਹਾਹੇ ਕੰਨਾ ਹਾ, ਰਾਰੇ ਹੋੜਾ ਰੋ, ਤੋਹਾਰੋ, ਨੰਨੇ ਕੰਨਾ ਨਾ, ਨੰਨਾ ਮੁਕਤਾ ਨ, ਕੱਕਾ ਮੁਕਤਾ ਕ, ਨਾਨਕ, ਊੜੇ ਔਂਕੜ ਓ, ਨੰਨਾ ਮੁਕਤਾ ਨ, ਓਨ, ਸੱਸੇ ਟਿੱਪੀ ਸੰਗ, ਗੱਗੇ ਸਿਹਾਰੀ ਗੇ, ਸੰਗੇ, मम्मे होड़ा मो, हाहे सिहारी है, मोहे, ऊड़े औंकड़ ओ, धद्दे कन्ना धा, रारे होड़ा रो, उधारो, कांखी एकै दरस तुहारो, नानक उन सांगे मोहे उधारो. कांखी एकै दरस तुहारो, नानक उन सांगे मोहे उधारो. कांखी एकै दरस तुहारो, नानक उन सांगे मोहे उधारो. कांखी एकै दरस तुहारो, नानक उन सांगे मोहे उधारो. वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. Sorry, Sangat Ji, please forgive me for all my mistakes. Yeah, please forgive me for all the mistakes that I made, all the galtiyan that I made. And if there's any suggestions, anything that you guys didn't understand, like always, you guys can message or call. And that's is kin har. But Sad Sangat Ji, you guys are the ones that can bless me Please forgive my mistakes. Hopefully, we all learned something, and hopefully, we'll start doing this similar, starting with 5 minutes or increasing 5 minutes. And with that, we'll start getting that love and we'll start feeling the same joy that Bhagat Namdev Ji felt. And we'll start seeing God everywhere that we look as well. And God will take care of us. They're already taking care of us, but they'll take care of us to the max. They'll take care of us with all their heart, with each and every breath. They'll come and they'll make sure that even one breath that we take, we don't suffer. Because that's how nice God is. When we love God, God loves us back 100 times more. So that was today's story. ਸਾਰੇ ਰਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਫਤਿਹ ਬੁਲਾਓ ਜੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ